Western New York got some worse news for the coaster enthusiast community when Screamscape, a well respected news and rumors website, posted that Darien Lake's owners are looking at cutting costs in extreme measures, probably. Now, they've already closed their Water Rapids ride, and now comes the news that Superman Ride of Steel, their Intamin Hypercoaster, might also be seeing the chopping block after the current season. This seems as a very confusing announcement in the sense that this is the roller coaster that brings people from outside of the Western New York area to this park. It is the equivalent of Disneyland saying we're no longer going to be offering Space Mountain after this season. It really comes as an odd decision if it is true, and the only reasoning behind it could be because the water park could indeed need to be expanded to a significant level if that is indeed what is drawing in the crowds to this park. That being said, this is a jewel of a coaster despite some of its underwhelming moments. All of these Intamin Hypercoasters, as far as I'm concerned, are the best in the industry, at least at the time of when they were manufactured, and it would be a tragedy to see this coaster go. That being said, the park certainly does seem like it's been having some problems financially as of late. And we only need to look at La Ronde in retrospect of how this park is actually operated, because Six Flags does in fact run the park but does not own it, which is similar to how La Ronde is set up in the sense that it is owned by the city of Montreal but run by Six Flags. In that particular agreement, the city had obligated Six Flags to invest a substantial amount of money into the park over 20 years, therefore ensuring that at least new attractions would open up, and also the attractions that they had in place, although some have now been lost in that time, were maintained to a decent operable level. Darien Lake, on the other hand, owners are not so deep in the pockets, and it does look now like the owners are looking at different options for the property. It is a very frightening thing to think, but it could mean the end of Darien Lake as an amusement park proper. The park itself has been on the brink or the edges and fringes of staying open and operating for many years now. Despite what many positive aspects of the park there may be, it generally just does not bring in the business as other Six Flags properties, which all seem to be struggling currently in some shape or form. It doesn't come as a surprise if Darien Lake is struggling, but to remove Superman seems like one of the most extreme and very perplexing decisions, which would only really make sense if the coaster is in fact maybe sold and is going to be relocated to another park for a cheap price, therefore putting actual fluidity into the pockets and money into the pockets of the owners of Darien Lake itself. It's an extreme option. There is also discussion of Mind Eraser being put out of service this entire season because the train that it currently operates with needs major servicing. This ride also should really be the one that's replaced or actually taken out of the park, considering that it's close to the Rapids location as well and would leave a substantial amount of property for them to expand the park in any which way they wanted to. Say if they wanted to put the water park and the entire front entrance bridge over the old water park area and into that section of the park. That obviously doesn't seem to be the option currently, as they have no interest in removing this ride. However, it would be absolutely devastating if Superman were to go. The ride did not look in great condition the last time I rode it. In fact, I will definitely be making sure to get to the park this season to get, hopefully not, but a couple last rides in if these rumors end up becoming true. It's an excellent ride. Anyone in the Greater Toronto area or even Pennsylvania, New York State, and beyond really should try this coaster out if you haven't already. It is one of the best in the region, and if it is removed, it will be a big tragedy. Here's looking at you, Gene Staples. Maybe you got your eye on this coaster. It's not like it can't just plop into the footprint of what Fantasy Island, or formerly known as, now known as the Niagara Amusement Park, has available land-wise. But at the same time, it does bode well for his park in the sense that if, say, We don't want this to happen, but if Darien Lake closed, a lot of the traffic for the amusement industry would go over to Niagara Amusement Park, which at that point would have the best coaster in the area in Silver Comet. There is also no real news from Niagara Amusement Park to disclose as of this point. I'm tempted to go down to the area and try to get some shots to see if there's any development on the property, as it's been completely missed in the newswire as far as any development for the park this coming season. We hope there's some exciting stuff to come. Stay on this channel as always, as we'll be certain to bring any updates as they come down. That's all for now, guys. Just wanted to share my thoughts on this rather earth-shaking news in the local coaster community. We've had two bad ones in the past month with the loss of Blue Streak, and now this rumor as well. Let's hope that the second does not actually come to fruition, and we can enjoy Superman Ride of Steel for many and many seasons to come.